and keep loading it when you want to work. If you have your laptop, then obviously you will be working, and then that laptop will carry your virtual box, and the data will be part of the virtual box. Okay, so that's the ideal way of working as far as this course is concerned for you for the laptop. Okay, there is no once they given the license agreement, IIT Madras has the license agreement given to ATS now. So any number of students can copy. There is absolutely no problem copying this program to any number of students. Okay, you can put it on your laptop and then you can put it on your desktop wherever you want to keep it. There is absolutely no problem about it. Okay, right? What we're going to show you in today's lecture is how you will work with your assignments. Okay, and this is not a single course, but then it comes along with a set of other related concepts. Okay, right? So what you need to understand is the full stack and try to work it over a period of time. For example, depending on your learning, which your teachers will be monitoring, the first assignment, when we give the first assignment will come to you now. Probably in a couple of days or probably a week or 10 days time, the first assignment will come to. Okay, when they work on it, the deadline will be fixed, along with your teachers. We work with your teachers to fix the deadline because there could be other constraints when you're trying to learn. So we are flexible in terms of how you pace this learning. Okay. Once the first assignment is done, then we will give you the deadline for the second assignment. Okay. If you are very good, then we can give you a third assignment. Normally, so far, out of the 12,000 students, nobody crossed to the third assignment. Okay. Except a couple of students at IIT Madras, nobody actually got into the third assignment so far. Okay. But if somebody is really good, we can give the third assignment to those students. Okay, right? Generally, we stop at 2 assignments plus an exam at the end of it for 2 hours. That will come to you. That's part of the certification of IIT Madras. Okay, right? Is that clear now? So you basically will have 2 assignments. These assignments are individual assignments. You will get from us. Each student who is registered will get his own set of assignments, which could be different from the other students. And don't attempt to copy because there are extensive checks that are available with us to check if you copy. Okay, it doesn't work. To be frank, it doesn't work, and don't attempt it at all because if you actually detect that, we will not even give you a participation certificate. Okay. Otherwise, even by just not submitting, not doing anything, also you get a participation certificate. By actually submitting to us something that is copy from somebody else, you will not even get that participation certificate from us. Okay. Rest assured, be clear that we have extensive tools, whatever is submitted to us, to check whether something has been copied. Okay. So that doesn't work. Is that clear? Is the bottom line clear? And then you can take your time. You can negotiate the deadlines with your teachers. Okay, right? And we are not in a hurry to sort of enforce a deadline. The idea is you learn. The idea is you learn and you do whatever is possible to learn all the things that you need to learn, and then come for the test. Obviously, at this point, we don't want to conduct individual tests for each one of you, right? There's a reason why, from an all India basis, where it's an open one, where schedule based, we moved into a college based system where with each college we are working. Okay, that means these set of students can have a different deadline compared to another set of students from another college. We are not actually, we are flexible to give you a different set of deadlines, and the exam time also will be decided based on your college, whatever is happening in your college. It's not a one exam date for all the people across the country. Okay? So that's the reason why we moved into an individual college-based system. We thought it's much easier to control and make the students learn to their optimal level. Okay? That's the reason why this is happening. Okay? Is this clear now? Yes, sir. This is, have you got questions? I can take 2 questions if you have. We're just waiting for, I think, green signal from the other college to be online. Okay? Right? Any questions? Yes, second years. So how many of you are familiar with the Linux operating system? I think only 2 or 3 of you. So you're going to take a little longer time to get familiar with it. Take the time. There's absolutely no problem. You understand what I'm saying? You are familiar with mostly Windows? So you should move out of Windows. First requirement, okay? Right? I think that's the idea of this, giving this whole this thing for you also, okay? Windows, it's like a very, it's like driving a car without knowing what really is underneath technology, okay? Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? As an engineer, you would like to open the engine, make changes in the car. No, that's something that you would like to experiment, right? You just don't want to drive like a driver the car, right? You don't want to treat the car as a black box. If you want to be an automotive engineer, right? A computer science and engineering students, you should be working with open source software where you have full literally make changes anywhere and you know what is happening under the complete control is there. Okay? That's I think the key thing in making this transition. We know that this is a big transition. Our colleges to see how this transition can happen. Okay? Yeah. So just give me a few more minutes. I think I'm going to. This is how you're going to see the virtual box. I think just wait for a few minutes. I think they just on. I don't think the other colleges have been able to come online. This is okay. This is if you take the virtual box. All of you are familiar with the virtual box? You know what the virtual box? Yes? Okay, virtual box is something that can be run on top of any operating system. It provides you an environment in which you can bring up your own operating system on top of another operating system. So you see, if your laptop is basically a Windows-based laptop, you can still work with our VDI system, VDI image, which is a virtual box image, for the box mode operating system. You don't need to disturb any of your existing laptop environment. Okay? You can work with this virtual box, just load the VDI image, which is given to you, the VDI file, and you can bring it up. The virtual box can be downloaded from the net. It's a free software, so you will be able to download the virtual box. Once you download the virtual box, okay, now you can see here one of the applications. This is a Mac running. On the Mac, actually, I have this virtual box here. Okay. You're not able to come on it? Okay. So we'll go ahead. Okay. And what about, what about the other JNT colleges? Are they able to come on? Sorry. Other colleges are oh, whether they've joined or not, we don't know. Whether they've joined or not, we don't know. Okay, so then I think we'll go ahead with this. Anyway, this is being recorded. This is something that, as part of the, I just show you the full thing here. So what you have here is the virtual box. You can see the one here. This is the virtual box, okay? If you click on that, this is the application that the virtual box is an application that you can record, start recording. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So So the VirtualBox is an application that you can download. This is available for Windows, this is available for Linux, this is available for all operating systems. So you just get the VirtualBox. This is on a Mac system now. As you can see, I have a Mac laptop, Mac 8, and on this actually I have downloaded this VirtualBox. And on this actually I am running this. This is the VDI image that was given to you. The /VDI file that is supplied to you can be run on this VirtualBox. It's quite simple. You can start a new image here, load this image. It recognizes that this is a Linux image, and you can choose that and bring up your VirtualBox, running VirtualBox image from that VDI. If you actually click on this, this is what you will get as the first screen that will come. It's already running on my system here. So this is what you will get as an initial screen. Okay, this is the first screen. As it boots up, this is the screen that you will get. Okay, please note down the password for this. Is a super user password, so you can do anything with this password that comes. Okay, the password is bossmool. Okay, it's very simple to remember. BOSSMOOL. Okay, for the VDI, when you boot it up, the root password is BOSSMOOL. Okay, that's the password that you get for this system. Okay, this is the initial screen that you will see when you boot up your image. Okay, right, as you can see here, this is the bossmool operating system. BOSS stands for Bharat Operating System Solutions. MOOL stands for Minimalistic Object-Oriented Linux. Okay, this is operating system that you get as part of this. Okay, right. Now, this VirtualBox is loaded with the database application which you should be working with. Okay, this database application is, as you can see, this is the browser that comes along with this. Okay, just go to this browser, go to the bookmarks. Okay, this is already bookmarked. The IIT Madras rate contract system is already bookmarked here. Okay, you can see this here. If you actually do this, this is the first image that you get. Are you able to see the image, right? Okay, this is the rate contract system that was developed using the Linux as an operating system, MySQL as the database, Apache as a web server, PHP as the scripts for all of PHP. Okay, so this is actually called LAMP stack. Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. This is called LAMP, popularly known as the LAMP stack. Okay, this application was built using the LAMP stack. Linux, MySQL, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. All are PHP, one of the scripting languages. Okay, right? So what we are seeing is this is an application which IIT Madras has developed for handling its rate contract requirements. Okay, there are various faculty in the institute. We have about 500 plus faculty, plus a lot of project staff, and we buy a lot of computer equipment. Okay, so all these people will purchase different kinds of computer equipment. Desktops, laptops, printers, spare parts, quite a bit of requirement. Now, each faculty going through the process of purchasing this individually is very cumbersome, as you know, because they have to get a quotations, and then among the quotations they have to take a lowest quotation and have to do this individual processing. Instead of that, what we do is we actually provide them with a rate contract system, which means that IIT Madras pre-approves some bids from the people, and then they are actually put into your rate contract system. Okay, this is a rate contract system which eliminates complete paperwork. There is no paperwork involved as far as the system is concerned. We don't do any manual paperwork, and everything is completely automated using this system. Okay, and that is the system which part of that system is what is given to you now. Okay, a running system sometime back. Okay, this is what is actually taken off and given for learning purpose. If you look at the NPTEL video lecture 1, this was actually developed by me, obviously. That's the reason why this is being used for the teaching purpose. Okay. Now the idea is that this system, the full description of this system is available in the video lecture 1. Okay. NPTEL video lecture 1 gives the full description of this system. Okay. What I am going to show you today is how this system roughly has got developed, and then what you will be doing as an assignment as part of the system. One of the things that we want you to understand here is, as computer science and engineering students, you are doing the database course now. Are you also doing the database course? You're doing now, right? Current batch which is going to the database course. What you will do in your database course is, how long you have gotten into that course now? 2 months. So you would be reading SQL, select statements, all of that, right? But then you won't get the idea how the whole thing fits in a larger application. You will be doing those select star from some table, all these you would have learned. But how does it fit in the larger picture? Now, if you go to industry, that is not what you will be dealing with. The industry, something like this will be given to you. Okay? Then they will expect you to modify. They ask you to modify the system. There is some new requirement. Something else has to be modified. So you need to understand how the whole system works, not just SQL works. SQL alone doesn't solve any problem for you. It's only one select statement there. It has to be embedded inside another language. Based programming. I'm not actually doing SQL programming independently. I'm actually integrating that with a web-based programming. Then only the full system will be there. So what we need to learn is not working just with database. We need to understand how the full database application will be developed. Right? So as part of that technique to teach you, what we are giving is a complete system. Okay? Now you understand the system. Now your assignment is about modifying this system. So you need to understand how the system is working, and then you need to modify the system to make that assignment and submit that back to us. Okay? The idea is, with this you will learn the full gamut of how the whole database application is developed. Not insert into the table some 10 records. Okay. They don't. So just starting that database, doing a little bit with the database as a tool, but doesn't connect you with the full story of how the end-to-end system works. Okay, is that clear now? So that's what the idea of giving this assignment. Okay, and this has a important bearing for the student, because what you learn in the curriculum and how to connect up this with the industry. When you step out into the industry, how things look like. The gap should be bridged. Okay? Right? Otherwise, what you have learned and what you face when you step out into the industry, if the gap is huge, then it becomes a problem for you, because you have to learn a lot more things after you step out. Okay? And that connections are important. Making those connections are important. Okay? Right? So that's the primary goal of making you do these assignments. Also remember, from your database course, theory part also will come as a 2-hour exam at the end. Okay? Which you can use the NPTEL video lectures. This is a practical component that comes, okay, along with the course. This is a practical lab component. Both theory and practice are extremely important, not just the theory part. Okay, the practice part is all the more important for computer science students, right? So the theory plus practice, these two assignments will be evaluated along with the 2-hour test, and that's what we are going to put together as a final certification for you. Okay, so that's the idea of giving this show you how the system works a little bit, how to learn. One of the key components of learning here is looking at this code, experimenting with this, and understanding how the system is working. Okay? How do you understand a system? You need to experiment with it. For example, in this particular case, this is a web page, right? This is running on the local host here. Okay? I just loading the first page of this web page. Okay? And the first page is showing this. Okay? And now in this, click on this. This is the sets to this date contract details. Okay? When you go into this, this is the other page that's getting loaded here. Sets is getting loaded here. We go to that sets.html page will be there under that local host. That's what is the page that is getting loaded there. By looking at it, you should be able to guess what is happening here. Okay? Right? Now go to this computer system configuration. Now what is getting loaded there? You can see at the top, right? What's happening with the cg sets.php. Okay? That's the script that is getting executed and getting loaded here as a page here. There are checkboxes there. You can see those checkboxes. Right? Now, if you see these checkboxes here, this is allowing you to set to the rate contract system. Okay? This is allowing you to set to the rate contract system. There is an HTML page, and the HTML page is what is getting loaded. And from the HTML page, you have a script that is running at the back end. When you post, there is an HTML, there is a PHP script that is running at the back end. And the PHP script will now connect to the database system. And it will pull out the data from the database system. Okay? Now that is the full story. If you are just looking at database, how the SQL statement works, the story is not complete. Okay? The story is there is a front-end web page, there is a back-end CGI script on the server side. The front-end is what? Front-end is a browser. When the browser is rendering the HTML pages. Now, in response to the HTML, whatever you are giving, there is a back-end script that is running. And the back-end script is connecting to the database and pulling the data from the database. And then it is showing the results on the page there. Okay? Right? So it's this is a full application. This is a full story of how the database application is getting developed. If you just know what is SQL, it's not enough for you to be developing the full application. Okay? Right? Now in this particular case, look at this here. If you give the specification wise, you check the checkbox here, the vendor name, you check any of these can be checked. Then you submit. When you submit, this goes, and then now you can see there is a script that's getting executed here. cgfsets.cgi or whatever it is. That's a script that's getting executed in response to this. Okay? If you have questions, please stop me and ask questions. Okay? Now you can see that I've actually picked up where are these coming from? There are a lot of vendor names. These are all the vendor names that are there in the database. And that script went and picked from the tables of the database these names, and it is showing it here. Okay? Right? That's the connection between the front-end, back-end script and the database. The multiple things running here. Okay? Right? Similarly, you can see here the specification number. These are all the specification numbers that are there in the database. Okay? And these again have been picked up from the database. Okay? Whatever underneath database that's running, those are the stuff that's picked up from that database. Okay? Now, if you actually submit, then this goes. Again, this will go and then bring all the data that is present in this system as far as this database is concerned. Okay, right? Now you can see there is an HTML programming involved here. There is a web programming involved here because the backend is having a PHP script running, and there is a database connectivity concept involved in terms of how we connect from the PHP to the backend database. So all this you will learn when you study this application. First thing is to study this application to see how this is running. Okay, is that clear now? Okay, I will show you now where this picture. Some of it you can take some notes. We'll share this lecture also for you. Okay. For example, you have to go into the terminal mode now here because I want to look at where are all the So this is the you can see in the root directory. This whole thing is located in this directory here. Okay, this also you can figure out looking at where the web page, where is the root of the web page. You will be able to locate this. But then, since you are only second year students, I am giving you a little more information on how to look at these pages here. Okay. Now you need to go into the www directory. The root, you have to go into the www directory. Okay. This all the pages. Web pages are located in this directory. Okay. In this you have what is called the CPC, and you can see here there are pages. Okay. Under the pages directory you have the CPC meeting. Okay. And this is the place where all the initial pages that are getting loaded are here. Okay. The pages that we are looking at, for example, more index.htm. Okay. Will be the first page, that is the one which is getting loaded. Okay. Right? The watermark, all that stuff. This is the place from where this comes. IIT Madras logo, everything comes from this initial page here. From here, you click on the search button, it goes to that other page. And that page, you are clicking on it, it is going to the computer configuration. You can also go to notebook, you can also go to something else. From there, the pages are getting loaded. I'll just show you the, for example, the specification computer. I'm doing a little more this thing for you. There is a search.html, right? Okay. Go to search. You can see all the pages here, the corresponding search pages here. Okay. Now, if you go to that search page there, you can see the corresponding CGI page that's getting loaded there. Okay. So go to the more, for example, more computer, more is the one which they are using for the Linux. So they're seeing that particular this thing. If you're already familiar with it, there is no problem. Okay. If it is not, then you need to actually practice looking at all the. Look at this file. This is the file. Okay. Now in this file, you can go and then look at it. For example, what is the script that is going to be get executed as part of this? Okay. Right. When you post something on this, now you can see there's a lot of differences in the set computer system configuration. Okay. So there is a lot of this getting loaded here for the computer sets configuration. Okay. And it's actually telling all the, you can make changes to this. We won't actually ask you to change any of this. We can also ask you to change some parts of it, but right now we are not asking you to do any changes to the web page contents. Okay. We only ask you for the database contents, change into the database content. Look at this here. This form method post. This is name test. This is action. This is the actual script that will get executed in response to this page. When you post on this page, this CGI thing, this indicates what? You go through directories up from the current directory. It's saying that no. // that means go 2 levels up. Okay? If you go 2 levels up, there is a directive called CDI pin. Go into the CDI pin. All the scripts for the web page will be located in the CDI pin. Okay? Go to the CDI pin. Rate contract. Under this rate contract, you have a computer PHP. The CDI will be there here. This file, and that is the file which will get executed in response to this page. Okay? Right? We need to understand now. By studying this, we need to understand. This is a running system. So by looking at this, we should be able to understand this is where the corresponding thing is located. Okay? Right? Now if you go there, so you can, I'm going to skip some of it. Now you go to the CDI bin script. Okay? Right? You are actually supposed to go 2 levels up. Then you should get the CDI bin somewhere. Okay? There is CDI bin now here. Right? There is directly CDI bin here. You need to write down some of it if you want to follow up later. Otherwise, you will have problems trying to decode this later. Okay? So go into the CDI bin. This is a script that you will find here. Okay? Under this, are you able to read this? See this? How do we expand on the? Is there a way we can expand on the screen here? Is it possible to expand on the screen? Laptop. Actually, we need to. It should. We should be able to work. This is good. This is because we are actually connected to this. It is this configuration. Problem is, what's happening is, this is what is getting detected by the sensor. No, but then that is dash bit, and the other one is pages. Just write down that. Okay? Under www, under the root directory, you have the CDI dash bit. That's where all the scripts are located. And the other directory is www. Sorry, under W, there's actually the other is pages. PAGAs. Okay? We put this on the home directory www. That's basically the /www. Okay? Under this you have the CDI bin directory and the pages directory. Okay? Under pages you have the CPC meeting or whatever it is where we went further down. Okay, there for the computer search.index. This is the CGI bin where all the scripts are located. In this, you have actually got the date contract. You can read that and then test. Under this, you have the CFG, blah blah something CGI. Okay. This is the file where the actual script is located. Okay. This is the place where the actual script for working with this is located, and that will show you how to connect. I think that part is clear, right? This is not that clear, but then that system is clear. Okay. look at that system. Okay, that systems are clear. Not the. Don't look at. They take this light off. If they actually take off the light, they can't record me. These are all the problems of right. I'll become dark. Okay, we're learning now. All these are modern. If they're recording it, then will be a problem there. Okay. Now go into this directory. If you go into this directory CGI bin, there is a directory called rate contract here. You can see there is a rate contract in the green there. Okay. Go into this rate contract directory. Then if you go here, then basically you have a test here. Okay. Under this you will find the PHP script here. This is the PHP. Okay. This is the one which you can see here. Okay. COM CFG sets.cpi. This is the file. Okay. In response to that sets button that I have pressed, this is the file that will get executed. Okay. Now if you go to this file, then you will find how the script is running. Okay. This is the one as you can see here. Okay. If you go in here, this is a script. This is a script that is running now. Okay. Now, if you are able to understand the script will do all the. Okay. Now you can see this is saying that this is using this database RC_November_18.18_08. That means this script is file is using the database, this particular database. Okay? All the results will come from this. Okay, there are multiple databases underneath. It is using this particular database. Okay? And this is the username. Username is www for your database. Password is www123. Okay? Right? All this data is there here. Okay? Right? If you go there, you will understand all this, what's happening. This will also show you how the SQL connection is happening. You can see here the SQL statement. Select distinct vendor name from approved quotation computers. From this table, this is a select statement. Okay? This is SQL statement. This is a prepared statement. This is a variable now. This variable will get executed. Now you will prepare this as a statement object and you will execute this. Okay? Now look at somewhere it would have actually happened now. Prepare. Database prepare this SQL statement. Then you actually execute this statement. This will execute the SQL statement on the backend database. Okay? And pick all the stuff from the backend database and we'll start showing you here using this page. Okay? This generates a new page. Is that clear now? Okay? So, given the database, we are only looking at top down now. Given one HTML page, we are using that to fire the CJ bin script, which is connecting to the database, pulling all the data and showing you again as a in response to that another HTML page. That's how the interaction is proceeding in this particular case. Is that clear now? Okay. So I'll also show you how to connect to the backend database. If you just do the MySQL here, what the user MySQL user www 3 W's. Okay. Password is www123. If you do that, you will get into this MySQL. Okay. Now, if you say show databases here, this will show all the databases that are there. Okay. Now, which is the database we are using? Use RC_November. Yes. So you picked up now 08. Okay, that's the database that we are using. Okay, I think I made a mistake in terms of so giving underscore. I gave it. Okay, database stage. Okay, now in this you can see all the tables, show tables. This will show all the tables. Okay, now you can see what is each of the table containing. For example, you want to look at users table, describe users. This is the description of the users table here. Okay, this is the vendors. What are effectively the vendors in this table? Okay, their ID, which is an integer, and then both company and username are actually primary keys here. Okay, and the password is some alphanumeric string, right? Where character. Okay, this is actually the table. This is the description, the schema of the table. Okay, is that clear? Mm-hmm. Now, if you actually want to see what is available here from users, you can see all the data that's available in this. Okay. Okay. Up to this is clear right now. Now comes the first assignment. Okay. Then you know what's the whole structure is about. It's already given to you. What is running is already given to you. Now comes the first assignment. Okay. The first assignment is, now you have actually seen in the table here, in the initial listing, you actually have okay. For example, when I'm actually searching for the computer configuration, this is what I'm getting, right? So if I'm actually searching here, I'm getting these checkboxes here: specification number, vendor name, brand name, processor name, CPU clock speed, and price. Now, for each of the vendors here who are in the database, we are going to give you a rating now. For example, who are all the people that are there? Dave Systems, HCL Systems, Home Enterprises. These are all the people who supply computer systems to IIT Madras. Okay? Now what? Each one of them. Rating means what? How good he is. Okay? Now, for example, it's gone there now. There's a problem. Okay. For example, you can see here, Dave Systems. Out of 10 points, I want to give him 6. Okay. For HCL, I want to give 7. Okay. For some other thing like this, I want to now insert rating field for each of the vendors. Okay. Then the first assignment, each one of you will get a different scheme. We don't know what we are supplying with you. Everybody will get a different stuff. Okay. But then you are expected to now, given whatever keys that are given to you, you have to now modify the database. What is the first step that you need to do? You need to go into the database, MySQL database. Now what you have to do? Change the schema of the table, users table. Now users table doesn't have the rating field. So you have to add a rating field there. Okay? Then insert all the values that we supplied to you into that rating. Okay? Is that clear now? Plus, what you need to do is you need to modify the front end. Now the front end is not showing you a rating here. It is just giving you no rating checkbox. So you have to modify the front end to add a rating checkbox. Okay? And then all the corresponding scripts have to be modified. Because when I check on the ratings box, then the script has to go pick up what are the existing ratings from that table and show that rating for me. Then when I pick a rating, then it should actually go back again, get the corresponding vendors. For example, in this particular case, if I say rating also I pick up, there will be a rating box that will come for me here. Okay? Right? all vendors above the rating of 8 only I want to get, then the submit button should pick only those vendors whose rating is high for this specification for me. Okay? Is that clear? This is the first assignment. Okay? Right? Any doubts? Each one of you will get things. See, what we will do is to make sure that we will actually give you some modify and some insert statements into the database. This is already an existing database. Okay? And each one will get his own set of statements. Okay? And each one will get his own rating that he has to insert into. Okay? The final query, only if you modify it properly, only will come at the end. Okay? And there is no way you can copy. Okay? Do you understand now? Is that clear now? We are working with a live database. So there are lots of, we can also do a lot of these things. We can actually change the database that X is made to use to something else. Okay? So there is no question of you working with your friend, except for learning purpose. Otherwise you have to do everything yourself. Is that clear? Doesn't matter. You take the VDI file, no, any number of times you can corrupt this. Okay. That original VDI file is there, you just load it, then you get back to the original one. What is the problem? You don't have any issue. Any number of times you corrupt it, you delete it, no problem. The original VDI file is available in your college, so you pick from there and you can always start from there. So, there's absolutely no problem. Okay? Do you understand what? After doing all of it, if you have, something happened, then you have to restart and start doing the assignment again. Okay? You keep saving your file as often as possible. Okay? So the things you learn hard way. Right? After doing that's the biggest learning curve people will go through. The operating system course, a lot of my students do the assignments. They would not have saved. Just a day before the assignment deadline, everything is gone. They leave. Okay? That's a hard learning. Okay? Right? You need to know how to save things. You need to know how to set point. You need to know how to work with GTR. All of this you have to learn now. Okay? Right? Is that clear? Any other questions? If any doubts, please feel free to ask. Ask. What's the question? Any questions? Feel free to ask all the questions. This is getting recorded. That's it. That's where our job will become simple. Okay? If somebody here asks a question, the other student who may have a doubt, he doesn't need to again send that back to us. No. Okay. Any questions? Clear? Yes. That's an excellent question. Now you see, basically we're giving you with the with the running system where the scripts are all written in okay. Now if you want to change this to JavaScript, it will become a completely new exercise. Okay? That's something that people can get. The idea is that people will use this base system. For example, when they teach you JavaScript, they can ask you to modify these scripts to JavaScript. That's what the teachers should be doing. For example, in an operating system course, there's a message filters and indexing scheme that can be improved upon here. Okay? That can be added there. Okay? This is a simple database assignment, but then around this, lot more other assignments can be given by the teachers. And one of the things is converting pieces of this into JavaScript. Okay? In making this work. That can be given. Right now, we are not giving you that assignment. Okay? Correct. But then it's more or less given here for you how to actually write those scripts. So it won't be too much of a learning curve for you. Okay? If you already know the JavaScript, want to modify it to JavaScript, that's perfectly fine with us. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? We encourage you to learn. For example, you want to rewrite the entire piece of the CGI script into JavaScript. You can do that. Okay? Okay? Does that answer your question? Yes. Okay. We don't limit anybody. Okay? There is no limit to learning. You can learn and then tell us you have learned this. Okay? We will credit you with, once you show us you have learned something, we give you the credit. Okay? We are not trying to limit your learning. We are not trying to say, the whole process here is, if the student is creative, wants to do something more than what we have given, we suddenly welcome. Okay? Right? Is that clear? There is no limit to learning. You can be innovative, you can do what you want to do. In fact, one of the student projects that one can think of is trying to get a open source rate contract system which everybody can use in the country. So you can start from here, get to a point where there is a well-developed rate contract system in the country that all the government offices can use. Okay? Because it's an open source system. Okay? Right? In few years' time, if every student starts adding something, and we soon will have a system that is quite good, it can be used by all government offices. That can be a good project across all the students in the country. Okay? Right? Who will incubate it? Who will start accepting all the modules different students are doing? All that is, I hope it will evolve by itself. You understand what I'm saying? This is a starting point. Okay? Right? As people learn, add it, possible to incubate this into an open source rate contract system which can be used by everyone. Okay? Right? Okay. Right. This is the first assignment. Okay. We will also give you the second assignment. We will also show you the second assignment and the third assignment for complete, let's say. Okay. Right? But then only after finishing the first assignment, only you can go to second assignment. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what is the second assignment will require? Second assignment will, as you can see here, there is a computer system configuration, there is an add-on part. For example, add-on part, these are all the add-on parts. Okay. There are also notebooks, computers. Okay. And if you now look at notebook computers, the vendors may not be common, the vendors could also be common. Okay. Right now you can see here, there could be some guys who only supply notebooks and not desktops. There are also the other way. Okay. But right now, the user's file is the same across all the configurations. Okay. Now what we want to do is, now you can see there is a data logics here. Okay. Data logics for notebook computers will have a different rating, and for desktops it will have a different rating. That means we will give you for different configurations different user ratings. Okay. But all of them have the same rating, and we are only modifying the first search engine. Okay, search part. In the second assignment, we will get different ratings for different categories. Okay. Now a single table has to be split into multiple tables. Otherwise, we will get into normalization problem. Because we will have all the issues of how do you look at a relational schema design and how do you normalize the relations. All this will come into picture. Okay. How will you capture this data into your database? Okay. We'll give you that, and same exercise of modifying the database, changing the tables, normalizing the table has to be done in this particular case. Okay. As part of the second assignment. Okay. Right? The third assignment, which most of the people will find find it difficult to do. Suddenly you will find it difficult to do at this point of time. Okay? Is, for example, if you go into the, I'll take 2 minutes and then after we take the question. Okay? For actually retrieving this data from the tables, a lot of joins will happen, a lot of indexing is done. Have you studied indexing? You already studied indexing? You studied indexing. Right? Last 2 months you have studied indexing. How many percent? TV part, have you studied indexing? Yeah. Right? What is indexing database system use? Okay, so we are retrieving the data, right? I'll pick from here. Now you can see there's a lot more stuff that people can learn as part of the. Okay. Now if you look at probably I'm not having the what you can do is you can get the source code of this required. Okay, use the board. Okay. The board is much bigger. Okay. What you have is an operating system file, right? Operating system file, you have the read and write on top of the operating system file. Okay. Right? On top of the database, you have a table now. Okay. The table underneath is a relational table. Okay. The table underneath becomes the operating system files. What are the files that the operating system creates for this? A data file and then an index file. You want to actually read the data anywhere, on the key there is going to be an index. Okay. And then we are also going to have a schema file, seeing that what is the schema of this particular data, how the data should be read. This is what we get as part of the, this becomes the operating system. Okay. This is what we call as a storage engine. On top of it is the this is a stack. So as you can see, even you say create a table is equivalent to create a file. Except that when you create a table in an operating system files, data, index, and you can see the .ini files, which are the index files, .data files, which are the data files with the extensions. The schema.ch, whatever is the schema file for the reading the data of the contents. Okay. Now let us say that we have a student file. Okay, saying that the student roll number, CGPA, and name. Okay, this is the, let us say this is the table. Okay. If you just take it as an operating system file and write on a plain file, okay, and the file is a text file that you will write. The text file will have the editing of this text file will have the content stored. For example, some roll number E101, okay, name CGPA is 8.9, gamma something like that. This is how it will write this. Okay, this is a plain text file that the operating system will write. Okay, the same thing if you create this as a student table. the database will create three separate files. The data file and the index file. The index file will let you actually, given the roll number, it will let you go to the actual record and retrieve it faster since you have an index. What is an index? An index, for example, if you look at a book, the index first tells you directly where you can go and locate. For example, if you say Jntuk and you want to locate where this will appear in the textbook, it tells you go to page number 250. Okay? If the index is not present, what will you do? Fetch the whole this book, textbook, and you will try. Right? That's what databases are doing. Databases are actually doing this indexing. Okay? And they do different types of indexing. Okay? There's a B plus indexing. Okay? B plus C indexing. So that's what they use normally. Okay? There's different kinds of indexing. Now the question is, if it is built an index on a particular key, you want to build an index on a different kind of an index. You want to build for this. The queries can become faster. Okay? Depending on what your database is building, the third assignment will ask you to build a specialized index and show that the queries will be put faster. That's the third assignment. Now you understand what the third assignment will ask you. It will require you to understand the MySQL source code, go into that storage engine, look at the indexing code, change the indexing code, and rebuild the MySQL system for the new indexing, and run this along with the system to show that it runs faster. Is that clear enough? Third assignment is really a tough assignment. Okay? Because it will require you to get the MySQL source code. Git clone you have to do to get the source code. And you need to change the storage engine a little bit. Okay? And rebuild the MySQL system and make it work with your rest of the system. Okay? And show that that system is faster than the previous system. Okay? That's the final assignment. Third assignment. Okay? Normally, third assignment is given only when the student really demands it. Okay? Right? Do you understand what I am saying? The student has reached that stage and would like to work with that assignment, then we give it to him. Okay? It is not given as part of the current certification program, but it's given on demand. Okay? Right? We'll be happy if a couple of students come forward to be able to reach that level where they ask us for the third assignment. As I already told you, about 12,000 students whom we have opened it for certification last time, nobody has asked for that so far. Okay? That's the reason why we stopped giving. We should say we thought we will. First attempt was to give 3 assignments, and we have limited it to assignments. Okay? 2 assignments ideally are suited for you. What I suggest is 2 assignments are ideally suited for you when you are in second year. As we move forward, okay, to later years, you can suddenly pick up the third assignment. Okay? We will teach you something more, so we are open to giving to these students the third assignment at a much later stage in their learning curve. Okay? Right? Is that clear? Okay. So the third assignment finally will require you to git clone the entire MySQL software, which includes the storage engine, the SQL parsing, everything, the full system. Okay, and you should be able to build up that system by changing the source code in the MySQL, some parts of the source code in the MySQL, and build that system again. Okay, that's what is expected as part of the third assignment, but that will take, as I said, in second year, certainly not given as part of the second year courses. Okay? Good. Yeah, so any questions? we can have some discussion and then close the session. Okay? Right? Is that now clear what is expected? Right? And then the deadlines will be worked out by Madhu along with, I think I should introduce Madhu, who is part of this course from IIT Madras. Okay? The project advisor from IIT Madras. Okay? And then we also have the support team, inaugural support search from the support team. Okay? And I should also try Jntuk Moocs. I think he is the studio in charge. And there are a lot of people who are actually supporting us in the exercise of taking their whole thing. I think there's a whole lot of team members from the Benjamin, and then I think Balaji. I think Jntuk Moocs is ably supported by an efficient team. Okay? He seems to have an actually, this is now seems to be the state-of-the-art studio. In fact, you will be able to receive apparently this lecture on your mobile phone as well. As I'm giving it, I don't know whether I would like it to be done like that. No? But then I think the current state-of-the-art looks like they can even, the student can get it even including on his mobile phone as I was giving it. Okay? That is the state of this art studio that IIT Madras has now. Okay? The idea is to experiment different modes of learning. Suddenly the future of learning is going to be completely different. The way people are going to learn is completely different in the coming years. So as part of that exercise of looking at future learning, okay, this is an experiment, new kind of an experiment that IIT Madras is into. And the main goal, as I said, was to promote the operating system and then take it to the industry. We have tie-ups with the industry to make this operating system available to the industry. But then we want the student community also to be part of the exercise of learning this new operating system. As I understand, in the lab we have this already available now. The Bharat University has this. This is a separate lab and it's already available in Hindustan University. And also I think, I don't know what all the other colleges that are online, I'm not able to see them. The other colleges, suddenly I see that Jntuk Kakinada has this available, this operating system available. The VDI alone, they have to get a license agreement to make it available. But all the colleges in Andhra are being taken care by NIT Warangal. Okay, right? Including the Vasudeva Engineering College and Kakinada Institute of Engineering Technology is being taken care by the NIT Warangal. Professor Somyadulu is the one who is taking care of it. For any requirements of getting the license agreement, you have to also get in touch with NIT Warangal, which is part of the program. Okay, I'm not. This is only lecture where we had live students as far as the JNPK University is concerned, but this is mainly meant for how the key assignments can be done, daily-based assignments can be done. And the video lecture for this will be made available from IIT Madras. Check. Okay. What's your name? So let me catch on a couple of students, see what's happening with it. Okay. We have now you should also learn. Yes, what's your name? Ishwar Prasad. So have you worked? What is the kind of environment they work? Ishwar Prasad. Now we are being recorded. Please understand that. Okay. And you will be recorded for lifetime. Remember that. Okay. Now, what is the environment in which you are familiar with now? Are there any ideas? In general, what is the environment in which you have programmed so far? Have you done large mistakes in programming? Familiar with FK. That is not the environment that I've asked for, right? Okay? Right? Okay. Have you done C programming? Have you done C programming? You've done C programming. Have you used the fork system called C programming? Is fork part of C or not?